Hi everyone. Welcome to my live stream. You're joining Classroom Tips with Linda. Thanks for coming. Welcome to Classroom Tips with Linda. And today I will be sharing interesting tips on how to make a productive holiday. A productive holiday as workers in general and as teachers in particular. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thanks. Best mate, thank you for coming. Elins, thank you for coming. Celeste Wall, thank you. Gela, thank you. Crochet Soldier, thank you. Nitrax, thank you. Katrin, thank you. Pina, thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Sister Odette, thank you for joining too. Thank you. Annie Space, thank you for joining Classroom Tips with Linda. Thank you. And if you can share my life, please do share so we all benefit from these important tips. I've got tips today I want to share to all workers out there and to teachers in particular. If you are a worker out there, you need some time. And today I have to say this because they have just given us a holiday, and most of us do not make use of this holiday. Most of the time, we play with the holiday a lot. Please, can you get me well? If you can get me well, just say yes. Can you get me well? Okay, thank you for love. Thank you for love. Thank you for love. To get right straight into the point, we have worked for more than 9 months and it's time for us to have a rest. They've given us, thank you, Odette, thank you, Sister Odette. Yes, you can get me well. They've given us some holiday that we need to put ourselves together, but we do not know the things to put in place to make it productive, to make it a very successful holiday. Most of the times when we are resuming, some of us are crying, oh, I've not done anything this holiday. The whole holiday for me was just busy. I didn't do anything. Welcome, Afontre Candida. Welcome to my life. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for the thumbs up. We are sharing those tips on how to make a productive holiday. We have worked for so many months, and it's time for us to put our own selves together and also do our own things. Most of the times they give us holiday, but we misuse it. You see us crying, you see us regretting when we are resuming back to work or maybe to school. These tips will really help. It will help you to have a good holiday, a productive holiday, a holiday you will never regret. My first tip, you have to put your things in order. Put your things in order. During the 9 months holiday, the 9 months uh, school period, we have neglected homes, we have neglected our personal activities, we have neglected our family, we have neglected even our own side businesses that we always have. But during this holiday, put yourself together. Go back to those things you neglected during this school period. Go back to them. Is it your business? Look into it. Go back to that business and check. Where did I not handle well this period that I was so busy with schoolwork or with office work? Where is that part that I didn't handle well? Go back to it and you put your things in order. Go to your wardrobe There are some of those dresses, you scatter them throughout the 9 months of school. Put them in order, arrange them, arrange your box, clean your house, put your house in order. Go back to those tips that were discipline you used to put in place to have some discipline at your home. What are those things you were putting in place that during school you totally forgot about them, and you concentrated only on school issues? What are those things? Take back your pen, put down all those your house rules you have always put in place with your kids, and follow them strictly. Let them continue with those rules that holiday. It's never too late for them to catch up with those tips that you have been using each time and you fail to work with them for a long time. Next on my list, make a future plan. Make a future plan. During school period or during working hours, we do not have time to sit and make a future plan. Take a book, write down what you think you want to do in future. Thank you, Annie Space. Thank you, Affirmatory Candida. Thank you, Hippie DP. And thank you all who have joined me. And do not forget to share so others will join and we share the tips together. And do not also hesitate to drop your tips. We are chatting on those points we should put in place to have a productive holiday, a holiday that we will never regret. And at this point, I was talking of putting plans down. What are your future plans? We have future plans, but we do not have time to plan well. We do not have time because each time we go to school, we go to work, we move, we are so busy with book work and with school work and with office work. This holiday is a time for you to look for a quiet room, meaning that you should make time for yourself. Look for a quiet place. Look for a quiet place. Yes, look for a quiet place. Sit down and make some of those plans that you have always had in your mind and you've never gotten time to put them down. Have you been planning to build a house? Have you been planning to buy a new land? Have you been planning to set up a business? Now, the holiday period is that time for you. It is not time for us to be seen around the street. It's not time for us to be moving and doing all the nasty things. It's time for us to sit and look at those plans that we had in mind and we never had time to put them in place. Take your time, draw the plan, put it down in paper so you will be able to know your way forward, how to go about it. Also write down how the ways you want to really go about these plans to be able to catch up with your future plans that you've always intended to have, and there haven't been any time for that. Having said that, there is still another point that we must consider. Before I get there, I would like to welcome Bime Beatrice. Thank you, Sister Beatrice, for joining my live. Thank you for watching Classroom Tips with Linda. And if you haven't given a thumb up, you can give a thumb up to my video, and you can also subscribe so you always get the interesting tips from Classroom Tips with Linda. I have another interesting point to share here. Get into online shopping. You mustn't move to the market. You mustn't go out to buy. Take your time, have some good rest on your in your sitting room. Go through those things. There are some, if you really look critically, some of these things that are sold online are cheap. Yes, take your time, search for those online cheap items that you have never gotten time to look for them during your working period or during the school period. Yes, go online, check at those sites, buy the things you want to buy online. You mustn't go out, you mustn't move, take a rest at home and you do some online shopping. Do some online shopping. Some of us are not even used to that, yes, because we are used to going to the market. But the holiday is a time for us to rest. Let us stay at home, have a good rest, go online. You also have some things you've wanted to buy that you've never had the time to do so because you've been so busy with your school work. You're watching Classroom Tips with Linda. I am welcoming Getche Catherine too. Thanks for joining my live. We are sharing those points to make your holiday a productive one for all workers and to teachers in particular. Next, do not forget to exercise. Do not forget to exercise. The fact that they've also given us a holiday to rest doesn't mean that we should sleep to we carry excess weight. Let us also create some time to go out and exercise. Let's create some time to go and lose some weight. We shouldn't carry excess weight because we are asked to stay and have some rest at home. Exercise is also a way to have an enjoyable holiday. Yes, you can go out, you can exercise at the park, not only running, you can just stroll around the park, around the field, so you free your mind from the stress you've gone through out the 9 months of school or your work at the office. Yes, those are very important points we need to put in place during this holiday to have a productive holiday. Not only a good holiday, but a holiday that will be productive. At the end, you will be able to jot down some points to say that I've succeeded in this, I've succeeded in this, I've succeeded in keeping my house in order, which I didn't. And I call that you should get rid of clutter. Yes, get rid of clutter. Get rid of clutter. You have been packing things. You have been piling work. You've been piling dresses. You've been piling plates at home to wash. You've been piling your farm work. You've been piling everything, waiting for a free time, and there is no free time. Holiday is that time where you can also look into those things. You can go to your wardrobe and arrange. You can go to your kitchen and arrange. You can move around your compound to fix things, to arrange everything you haven't arranged for a long time. Yes, you are watching Classroom Tips with Linda. Thank you everyone for joining Classroom Tips with Linda, and do not forget to share my tips so we all benefit from these tips. Next on my list, you should create time to make those long distance calls. Make calls, the long distance calls that you were not able to make during your period at school or during your work time. When you were at school, there wasn't any time. When you want to call somebody abroad or back home, they are like, I'm sorry, I don't have time today. Please, can you call me in the night? Please, I will call you over the weekend. I'm sorry, I don't have enough time. I'm working on students' books. I'm working on report cards. Can we chat later? All those stories should be put aside this holiday and we sit down to make those calls. Get to your family members. Make calls abroad to those family members you've neglected for a long time. Make calls to those friends you've neglected for a long time because of work. Yes, create that time to call them and to talk with them for a longer period of time. Not just calling to say hi, but calling to even check more, check about the kids, check also on her work. How are you doing? It's been long. We haven't chatted. Can we talk even for 2 hours? Can we talk for 3 hours? And you put things in order. The holiday is meant for that. look for time and you do all those things, it will really help you. Also, cut back on emailing. Cut back on emailing. Emailing. Do not go to your email at every second to check at your email. Yes, do other activities. Do things that will also help you. Do not stay for so long on your emails. Every second you are checking your mails, and every second you are checking your WhatsApp messages. Every second you are checking your Facebook messages. No, look for a time for that. Yes, you should make a timetable, a roster for your activities. Look for a special time for that. You are not supposed to be on phone at all times. The phone should also have its own time, which it should be a time maybe you are already done with the fast activities at home and you are relaxing. You can go to your mails, you can go to your chat, you can go to your messages on social media. Social media has really been one distracting item that if you concentrate so much on it, you will finally see that you haven't done anything the whole day because you were on social media. Yeah. Thank you, Geche Catherine. Thank you, Awemo Joseph from QC for joining Classroom Tips with Linda. Thank you all the way from diaspora for joining Classroom Tips with Linda. And if you are joining me for your first time, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also give a thumb up to my video. Yes, Getche Catherine is welcoming everyone, and I'll also appreciate to know where you are watching from and to also get your own points on how to have a productive holiday if you have. Let's share with each other so that we can grow together. And next on my list, I've also said that you should stay on top of your work. Stay on top of your work. How will you do this? You are on holiday, yes, but it's not time for you to neglect your work at your work site. Welcome, glorious reality. Welcome, glorious reality to my life. You are on holidays, but it is not time for you to neglect the work you have abandoned at the work site. It's holiday, yes. Can you just create some 2 minutes of your time to call back at the office to check how things are going at your work site? Just create some few seconds to call back at school to see if everything is okay. Are parents happy? Are parents coming back to check on how things will look like in the next academic year? You should also create time to check on school. Create time to check back at your work site. Is everything going normal? Is everything going the way you plan? Is everything going the way you wish it should be when you are coming back from holiday? Always try to call back to check. I know we are on holiday, but it is not an opportunity for us to abandon everything to the extent that when we are back, we find the school in a very funny manner, or we find our office books in a this other manner. Create some times to pass even by your office, arrange your things at the office, clean your classroom, clean the school environment. It is also very important. We are on holiday, but it is not an opportunity for us to abandon our work side. Yes, that is what we are trying to say here. Thank you for the love, glories, reality. Thank you for love. Thank you for joining. I am welcoming everybody. If I haven't called your name, I'm sorry. Just know that it's by mistake. Yet it's not intentional. Yes, Ngeche Catherine is watching from Cameroon. Thank you, Esther Reality, Esther family, for joining Classroom Tips with Linda, and do not hesitate to share my live so everybody can join and we grow together using these tips. If you're just joining, we are looking at those tips we can put in place to have a productive holiday. When they give out holiday, most of us teachers, we cry when we are resuming to work. We start asking ourselves, what have I even gained this holiday? What have I even done this holiday? What have I achieved? It is because we do not have any plan in hand. We did not sit to make some plans on how the holiday will look like. Yes, that is why I'm saying that. Sit down, look for a paper, jot down some important future plans that you want to make for your life. What do you want to do in future? Do you want to build a new house in the next 2 years? Do you want to set up an important business in the next 1 year? And you have not been able to sit down and make plans for those things you have in mind because of school or because of work. Now it's time for you to do that. It's holiday. Put down those things and go through them and see how you can plan to achieve them. Go into one room, a sacred room, close the room, no noise, have a private time of yourself at each day of the holiday. Look for that period that you can sit alone, a quiet time, and you go through this plan and see how you can catch up with your plan that you couldn't during your work period. I also said that you should have advantage of the morning hours. Having advantage of the morning hours. Most people sleep in the morning and even wake up at midday. You sleep and wake up at midday. Waking up at midday is already maybe 3/4 of your day gone. It is holiday, but it's not time for you to sleep and forget yourself. Wake up so early. Do your things at home so early, and before everyone wakes up from bed at 8, 9 o'clock, you're done with the house chores and you create some special time to have with your family and with your friends around. Yes. But if you wake up at 12, just imagine you wake up at 12, it means you have to start maybe cleaning all the house chores. You finish by 4. Then at what time will you spend some time with your family? What time will you go visiting friends? You see, it's already really late, right? So it's better you wake up so early, plan yourselves to get up so early, do your work before everybody gets up, and at 10, 11 o'clock, you're done with every activity and you pass some special time with your family and with your friends out there that you have not had that opportunity to do that because you were at work throughout the 9 months of school, the 9 months you've been teaching, or the period of time you have been at work. So holiday is for those purposes. Constantly planning and evaluating our weekly activities will yield a productive holiday. I targeted our traditional anthem for 2 days and it's done within a time frame. That is great, Katrin. Thank you for sharing that important tip. Yes, she planned because she have never had time to go to study or to master their anthem. So she decided during this holiday to create some special time and she made some plan for that to go through this anthem. And in 2 days' time, she has been able to capture the anthem and she is singing it because she has planned well. She has looked for time this holiday to do that. So she's also saying that when we constantly plan our activities for the holiday, you will see that at the end it will be productive. We shouldn't be working from space. We shouldn't be working from air. Let us work from somewhere. Working from somewhere means putting plans in place. doing research to see what you are thinking to do, what you want to do in future, and looking for ways to succeed in these plans. And how will you look for ways if you don't have some quiet time for yourself, if you don't have some special time for your own self? You pass your whole time moving around, making noise, and at the end of the time, you're regretting that you couldn't succeed because you didn't have time. You didn't have time the whole holiday. You didn't have time, but you had time. You failed to plan well. You failed to plan well. So we are saying that make some good plans for your holiday so that it will be productive at the end. Also, on my list, I say you should stay on top of work. Stay on top of work. Do not still neglect your activities that you abandon at the job site to go for a break or to go for a rest. Do not neglect those things you have been doing. Call once in a while to check back at your job site. Is everything okay? Can I pass there even once a week to make sure everything is fine? Yes, it is also good. It's good by people. It is very good. The fact that they've given us holiday doesn't mean that we should stay at home and forget ourselves totally. No, let us still go back to our job site once in a while to check and make sure everything is moving on well or as you wish or as you want it to look like. If you arrive there and you see that things are not going the right way, then thank God you came there. You will just figure out things and you go back to your rest. That's all. We have also said that you should make plans to have some exercise for yourself so that at the start, when after your holidays, you will be that active person, you will be that active teacher who is ready to go back to work with a free mind, with a flexible, a very flexible body, not heavy. Yes, during holidays, we eat a lot, we relax a lot, we rest a lot. And when we are resting, we are also gaining weight. So it's also time for us to go for exercise so that before we resume, we must have taken some shape and we must have at least gained back some fresh energy to go and continue with our activities at work. Yes, before I continue, yes, thank you, Glorious Reality, for your love. Thank you, Esther family, for love. And if you have any tips, do not hesitate to drop so we can also learn from your tips. I also said that we should cut back on emailing. Cut back on emailing. Make use of your time. Plan your activities and know the time you are checking your mails. You shouldn't be checking your mails at all times. You shouldn't be checking your messages at all times. You shouldn't be checking all your Facebook messages, your WhatsApp messages, Instagram, Telegram messages at all times. You should have time for that. Make a plan. Know that after my work, that is when I can go to check my mails, I can go to check my messages. But if you do not have that plan and you concentrate on social media for all messages that are coming in, believe me, at the end of the 3 months holiday that you have, you will go empty handed. There will be nothing you've achieved because social media is one, it's something, it is something that can really derail you a lot. And if you don't have plans, you will fall for that trap. Social media will make you fall for its trap. Thank you, Lady Matt. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lady Matt is greeting the family too. Thank you for joining my live, Lady Matt. This is holiday, especially for teachers. We are so excited because we are on holidays, but we always get excited and we forget ourselves. We get excited and we forget to catch up with those things we were not able to catch up during the school period or during the working period. But we have to come back to our senses right now. We have to grow, we have to think. Because if we keep neglecting ourselves and only concentrating on building others, where are we going to? We should also look back on us. Are we growing ourselves, or we are only concentrating on making others grow? Are we educating ourselves, or we are only educating others? We are only educating students and forgetting to educate our own selves. It's holiday time. Teachers and workers who are on holiday, take your pen, look at a sheet of paper, write down those things you want to achieve in future. Write down a list of those things you would like to achieve in future. Guys, if you haven't given a thumb up, do not forget to like and share my video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can subscribe and hit the notification button too. Thank you for the thumb up. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you so much. So I am saying that look at a sheet of paper. Look at a sheet of paper. Put down a list of those items that you really feel you want to succeed with. The list of items that you want to gain in future. Are you planning to go on a vacation? Are you planning to go somewhere you've never been to? Are you planning to build a house? Are you planning to set up a good business for yourself? But you must put it down in paper. You must make a list of it. Have a program. Now sit back, look at those things you've put in place. How do I go about these things? How do I go about them? Will I just put them in paper and I throw the paper down and I start moving around the whole quarter, making noise that I have my plans, I have to build a house, I have to build a mansion for my kids? No. When you put them down, look for a special time too, and also think of how you will achieve these goals. You've jotted some goals, but look for ways that you have to achieve the goals. Yes, that is what we are saying here. We are also saying that you should make advance reservations. Make advance reservations. Though they say teachers are punctual, sometimes we are not punctual. Yes, sometimes we are not punctual the way people think. But I know most teachers are punctual and they keep to time. During the school period, when we were working, we didn't have enough time maybe to book, to make a reservation somewhere. Maybe we have an activity in the future, but we didn't have enough time to book to make a reservation. And you finally see us quarreling and arguing with the owner of that space. That I came here early in the morning, I tried to have a space here, but I couldn't. And I've tried to come here for the second time. I've not been able. What kind of a place is this? You are being annoyed because you didn't do that at the right time, and because you didn't also have time to make those reservations. But now it's holiday. Have time to make your reservations. If you have an activity on, let's assume on Sunday, okay, look for time by Wednesday to make your reservations. Make everything you have during this holiday to be a successful one. Do everything during this holiday to be a successful something that you couldn't do during the school period. The holiday time is the time for you to prove yourself that you were actually supposed to be punctual with many things, but because you had a whole lot of work in your hands during the school period, you couldn't. But now it's holiday. Can you prove yourself? Can you prove to us that it's holiday and you have enough time to make those reservations that you were not able to make them. It's time for you, teachers and workers, to prove yourself. Thank you, Esther family, for the love. Thank you for the love. And thank you all for always joining and sharing these interesting tips with me. Thank you all for always joining Classroom Tips with Linda. And please do not always hesitate to share my tips with family and with friends around you so it can help them. If you have a teacher or a worker around you who maybe didn't have time to join me, also share these tips with them. It will help us all. I would really appreciate. We also said that we shouldn't forget to exercise. For those who just joined, we agreed that we shouldn't forget to exercise. Exercise is important, but during the school period, where is the time to go for exercise? Most of us even do our exercise in the classroom. Yes, you see us really cutting down during the school period because we do most of those exercises at work, at school. So it's holiday time. Let's not forget ourselves. Let's not eat too much. Let's not feel so relaxed and gain that excess weight that will make you to be very lazy when it's time for you to resume work as a hero. Yes, this is that time for you to book a gym. Even if you are not going to a gym, no problem. Go to a field, go to any park, even in front of your door, even in your sitting room, have some exercises. Yes, everyday exercise. It's very important. Have that everyday exercise that will make you flexible, that will always make you strong. Yes, exercise makes us strong and healthy too. Yes, those are those important things we should put in place so that at the end of our holiday, we shouldn't regret. Now, let's talk about having some special meal that we haven't had because we were busy at school. It's holiday time. Have you tried to prepare that important meal or that delicious meal you've wanted to eat and you've never gotten time for that? Have you tried to do so? We were not doing that. We were failing all this while, but this time around, we won't fail. This time around, we will not fail. We are putting down our plans together. Are you going to do some donut this holiday? Are you going to prepare some peanuts this holiday or some delicious cake? Are you going to prepare some delicious meal that you haven't eaten for a long time because maybe your nanny was not able to prepare this meal for you because you have been so busy with schoolwork? Have you tried to do that? This is the time to prove yourself. It is the time to prove yourself that if you were not going to work, you would have been doing those things. Yes, it's holiday time. Let's sit and do those things. And we cannot do these things successfully if we haven't put down some plans. We should make plans for ourselves. We should also create time for ourselves. Have a special time, yes, by yourself. Do not laugh, Lady Matt. I am so serious with what I'm talking. I am so, in fact, it is a serious matter here. Yes, a very special meal you haven't gotten for a long period of time. Some people always pretend I can't pound my achu, I can't uh, prepare my vegetables because I've been busy with work at school. Now you're free. Have you done that? Have you done that? Yes, you're free. Have you done that to prove to your nanny, to prove to your children, to prove to your husband that you couldn't do that because you had a lot of work at school? It's holiday and you are still not able to do those things. You're indirectly telling them that you were just lazy not to do those things and you used the school as one opportunity not to work. It is holiday. We have to prove to them that during the school period you hadn't any time and now it's holiday. I want to prove myself to you. I want to show you that I can pound a chew. I want to show to you that I can cook water for an arrow. I want to prove to you how to set a dining table. I haven't been setting a dining table for a long time because I've not had time. But this is time for me to show you that I can set a dining table. I can make things work from my home. That is the time to prove yourself. Teachers out there should take these points very, they should take them very important and try to apply at home. Yes, I also said that you should get rid of clutter. Get rid of clutter. Those things you've compiled for so long and you haven't taken care of. If you check my wardrobe right now, it is just in one manner that I don't understand. Very disordered and scattered. My dresses are that way, the bags are this way, the shoes are that way. Thank God for holidays. Yes, I have to get rid of the clutter. I have to get rid of that work I've been packing so much. I've been compiling for a long time and I have to check those things and put them right in place. I have to go to my wardrobe, arrange them in order. Your trousers, your skirts, your gowns, your bags, your shoes, everything at its position. Yes, your house has been scattered because you haven't gotten time. It's holiday time. Have you also proven that it's holiday time? Have you made people see changes? I was also saying that we shouldn't sleep and forget ourselves. Wake up so early like you used to do during the school period. Most of the time we go to school at 7 and latest 8 o'clock we are already at school. Continue in that spirit during the holiday. Wake up so early at 6 o'clock, do your work, do your house chores while people are even still sleeping. Yes, take over the work during holiday. Take over the house chores during holiday when people are still sleeping. Before they wake up, you must have done everything and you're ready to take your family out for some relaxation, to take your family out for some sports, or to visit your friends. You are ready to go out and relax while others were still sleeping. Others were sleeping. You are done with your work for that day. I am welcoming Ed Varieties. Thank you, Mommy Ed Varieties, for the thumb up. Thank you, my mother, Afonchi Candida. Thank you, Lady Matt, for your contribution. That's true, Lady Matt. It is actually true. We forget ourselves. Do you know? Do you know when we are resuming? When we are resuming, most teachers are like, what have I gained this holiday? Really, what have I done this holiday? What have I done? If they really ask me what I've done this holiday, I will not be able to say one thing that I've been able to succeed with this holiday. It is because we have not been planning. We haven't taken time to plan for the holiday. We haven't planned. We have plans, we have ideas, but we do not have time to put those ideas in place. We do not have enough time to put our plans down. Yes, you were at school. It's holiday. Sit down and put the plans. Jot them down. Now look for the ways you have to go about it. Is it opening a business? Now start thinking. I'm thinking of opening a shop. Where do I get money? I was only able to save maybe 5,000, depending on your currency, maybe 5,000 lira, $5,000, 5,000 francs, 5,000 naira, depending on your currency. I was only able to save this amount of money, but I really want to do this business. What can I do? Do you know? I will advise you to go for that business that you will be able to catch up with your finance, with what you have kept as capital. Nevertheless, you can still go in for a loan if you have access to. Go in for a loan and plan yourself. You will be able to pay back this loan if you really plan and you concentrate on this future business that you want to put in place. Yes, you will be able to do it. Do not be afraid to start. Go and begin. Begin before you fail. Don't just sit and you are already failing when you haven't even started. You need to start before you see where you are going wrong and you try to adjust and you try to adjust. Yes, you're watching Classroom Tips with Linda. Thank you for the love and varieties. Our poetry candidate is greeting Ed Varieties and everybody in the house. She's greeting everyone. Lady Mad is also sharing love. Thank you so much for coming. And if you have any contribution, do not hesitate to share. And do not forget to give a thumb up to my video. And if you're watching Classroom Tips with Linda for your first time, do not also forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. Hitting the notification button is very important so that each time I upload, you will be notified to always have these interesting tips I share. We are talking about our holiday plans. How we are going to do to have a productive holiday at the end. Are you the type who will regret your holiday at the end? Will you regret or will you be so happy at the end of your holiday? If you feel that you will be happy, what have you done? What have you put in place to make sure that at the end of time you are happy with it? What have you put in place to make sure that those things you planned to do during your school period and you failed, you are able to succeed with them now? During school period, we are always claiming, please, I don't have time to call. Please, can you call me in 2 minutes? Please, can you call me later? Please, can you call me tomorrow? Do you know why we always do that? Mommy, I thank you for the love. Do you know why we always do that? We do so because there is no time. We are always thinking. We are always just busy doing nothing. We are busy with homework, making homework. We are just busy with lesson notes, planning lessons for the next day, busy thinking of what we are going to teach, or busy thinking of the activities we have to present for the next day. And we are always like, I'm sorry, I don't have enough time now. We can't talk for long. It's holiday. Will you still give those flimsy excuses? I call them flimsy excuses because really there are some excuses that I don't know how they always come about. And most of the times it's not really like we are busy, it's because we are just tired. That is the truth. Some teachers or some workers, when they are tired from work, they don't really feel like talking. They don't really feel like chatting. Some days they come back very sad from work and they don't even feel like smiling. Yes. So if they see that the call they have to make is a call that will warrant them to smile, they just escape away from that call. Of which instead it's very good to pick that call. Maybe it will cheer you up so that you'll be able to continue with your work for the next day. But we are always like, we are busy, we are this, we are that. But this is holiday. We are not busy this holiday. You can call us as you like, call the teachers as you like. 10 hours, we are ready for you. 10 hours, we are ready for you so long as you call us during our free time, free holiday time. Because during this holiday, we also have a program to follow, which are these things we are talking about right now. We should put our plans down. In the morning, wake up so early to catch up with your activities. And in the afternoon, you can catch up with your emails, you can catch up with your chat, you can catch up with your messages, you can catch up with your Facebook activities that you miss. Yes, it's holiday time and it's a special time for that. Yes, I'm also saying here that we can concentrate on online shopping. Take time for yourself and concentrate also on and do some online shopping. Do some online shopping. We do not know sometimes to do this online shopping, but it's holiday. Will you try to learn how to do it? Mm. Sit back, learn how to command your goods online. Try to use technology, exploit the internet. Yes, thank you for love, Mommy Ed. Exploit the internet. Yes, book for those things that you've not been able to book them during your time at school. It's holiday. Look for time to buy your things online. Visit online shops. Visit online shops and book for those interesting things you haven't been able to buy because you were so busy during your school time. I am really appreciating your coming. Pina Hike, welcome. Thank you. Nitrak Sar, thank you. Geche Catherine, thank you. Caution Soldier, thank you. Gela, thank you. Best Mate Sister, welcome and thank you. Celeste War, I'm thanking you. Ellen's Talk Show, I'm thanking you. Odette Amber, I'm thanking you. Annie Space, I'm also thanking and welcoming you. Yes, do not forget to give that thumb up. Apple Tree Candida, thank you for coming, sister. Hippie Dippy, thank you for always being there. Getche Ketrain, thank you for showing up. Abemo Joseph, all the way from Diaspora, you're welcome and thank you for joining Classroom Tips with Linda. Estelle Family, Glory's Reality, Lady Matt, a phone tree candidate, I already mentioned you. Mommy Ed Varieties, thank you also for coming and also for the love you've shared. I'm also welcoming Gemukum Otans. Gemukum Otans, where are you watching from? Oh, all the way from Kyosi. Welcome, Otans, welcome, and thank you for joining Classroom Tips with Linda. And if you are joining me for the first time, do not forget to subscribe. I share tips, classroom tips, everything around the classroom, everything around the teacher and the students. I also share tips on classroom decorations, classroom warm-up activities, and also some classroom design ideas. Those are the things I share. Yes. And if you're joining me today for your first time, I really appreciate your coming. I really appreciate you coming. Do not hesitate to share my video to those who were not able to join today. Do not hesitate to share the lovely tips we've discussed with those who were not able to join Classroom Tips with Linda today. Our sister Catherine just said that she constantly plans and evaluate her weekly activities. Now, it is very interesting and very important. After planning yourself, at the end of time, you need to do some evaluation. Did you succeed with it actually? Did you succeed with what you planned? Yes, we have taken down some points on how we want the holiday to end or how we want our future to look like. Now, you've made these points down. You are working on weekly points. You are working on weekly or on monthly plans. Now, at the end of each week, you also have to go through your weekly plans to see if you succeeded with what you planned for the week. At the end of each month, you will also have to go through your monthly plans to make sure you have succeeded with what you plan for the month. If it is a plan, a yearly plan, at the end of each year, you are also supposed to go through this plan to see if actually you succeeded in your plan. It is important. If you evaluate at the end of time and you notice that you failed, now go back and look at where you failed. What made you fail? Go back to those things. What caused your failure in the course of time? Was it finance? Maybe you didn't get good advice from your advisors? Yes, go and look back at those things that made you fail. Then step back again. Yes, make another plans again. Make some other plans and you try to fix them in the course of time and make sure you succeed with these plans. If you do your evaluation, you will know where you fail and you will be able to go back and adjust those things that you couldn't succeed with. Yes, you will be able to go back and adjust those things. We have just 2 minutes to end. We have just 2 minutes to end this live. And I am thanking everybody who created time to join Classroom Tips with Linda today. I'm thanking Bime. Yes, I'm thanking Bime. I am thanking Amber Odette too. I forgot to mention your name, sisters. I'm thanking Amber Odette and Bime also for joining me today. Thank you, sisters, for showing love. Thank you for sharing your ideas with me. Thank you for always coming, and thank you for always joining Classroom Tips with Linda. More interesting tips are coming. Do not hesitate to join me so we can share as a family. More interesting tips are coming. And to vividly go through my points, we are looking at those ways we will have a productive holiday at the end. A holiday that we will never regret. A holiday that is different from all other holidays we have been having. A holiday that we have never seen before. Those things that we have to put in place. We have to take time for ourselves. We have to look for a place to have some special time for ourselves and think about our future. We have to take advantage of our morning hours. What do we do in the morning? Do we sleep and snore? We have to make use of our morning hours. And before noon, we are done with everything in the morning and we are out for relaxation or to visit our family. Make a list, write down a list of goals. Yes, what you are planning to achieve in future. During school, we didn't have time to do that. It's holiday. Write down those future uh, plans you have that you want to achieve and also look for the different steps you want to put in place to make sure you achieve these plans. And at the end of it all, make sure you evaluate these plans that they are successful. And if they are not successful, check on what disturb your plans not to be successful. Get into online shopping, make those long distance calls, call your parents, family, and friends, relatives, get rid of clutter, arrange your wardrobe, arrange your house, arrange your environment, keep your home in order because during the school period you didn't have time for that. Now it's time to prove yourself and now make advanced reservations. During the school period, we didn't have time to always make reservations whenever we have parties or occasions. This is time not to fail anymore. We have to make reservations in time. Thank you for joining Classroom Tips with Linda today. And I will end this live now because it's 1 hour. I will not go above 1 hour. Thank you once more for joining and see you soon in my next video. I love you all. I love you all. And also share my love with your family and friends out there. Thank you once more.